Hello everyone and welcome. I am Eddie and we are playing Fallen Enchantress. So our capital city just leveled to level 2 and we have our two champions exploring the land. We already identified place to settle our second city and our pioneer is on the way. So far there aren't many places to found city, to found any cities. But we actually here we might be able to put two cities. When you settle a city, it will erase the tiles around it, the grain and material values of the tile around it, but only in a I think it's a 6 tiles radius. So here. Yeah, there are at least 8 or 9 tiles between here, so we might be able to put a city here as well as one here or here. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we should be able to put two cities here. This one would be on a 2-4 tile, which isn't great because it wouldn't be able to get to big population numbers. But with 4 materials, it would do an okay fortress city. One thing I didn't show in my previous videos is the govern menu, which gives you several tabs with useful information to manage your empire. So here you have the ledgers, the ledger with which is basically a list of all your cities with all your information. So here the level of the city, the money that it generates, the unrest, the growth, research, production, mana generation, number of enchantments it has, and the rating of its defenses. You can see a list of enchantments, city list, and your economy, here are your units. Here you can also see the research tab. Here it's the foreign relations tab that is only unlocked when you meet actually one of your competition. Here you have the kingdom report, which is a summary of your power and what you can do. You can also see here the 4 ways you can win the game. And actually here you have, I'm not sure if it's intended or not, but here you can see exactly who you're competing against even before you actually met them. So here is the conquest victory, which is basically your classic kill everybody victory. Here the diplomatic victory, where you actually need to be allied with all the remaining factions. So you can actually just ally with one and kill the rest. Here you have the spell of making, which is akin to the usual research victory. You have to you need to take up to the Book of Mastery and build some shard. I've never actually done this victory condition yet. So you need to research, build some improvements, and then cast the spell. Yeah, you need a Tower of the Witch, Tower of the Sword, Tower of the Palace, and Forge of the Overlord. So you have a lot of steps to it. And then you also have the Master's Quest, which ties in with the RPG elements in this particular game. So you need to do some research for you to enable to take on a quest. So this is here the Black Gate, the second gate, and the Pit of Love Voices. There are several quests. They are very high level quests, and you have to finish all of them to win the game. And so here's the ledgers. Okay. So I'm getting a bit far away from my city, and the problem is, well, this one I should be able to take easily. Oh no, it's a caster. So you see here, you have a unit that only has 17 HPs and only have 3 attack. So at first glance, it's a very easy fight, but it is a medium strength. So it's probably, yeah, it does have some spells. Here spells that does double the caster level in damage to all enemy unit. So that's 10 damage potentially to all unit in army. So it's this unit actually, if you only look at the attack and defense and HP stats, seems very easy to take, but it's actually pretty tough. So where am I in my research? Yeah, I'm only at the start. Usually I try to take the first 3 technologies in civilization, and after I go get training in laser walking to be able to train early spare units with at least a minimum of armor. So it's still a little while away. So I'm just going to continue exploring while trying to be careful with which monster I take on. Okay. Ah, good, so another spot where you can settle a city. And yeah, he was going to explore a bit up there. So the pioneer, I'm actually going to... I'd rather have him put the city here. Yeah, it should be okay even if I put the city here, still should have 1 tile to build another city. So there doesn't seem to be a spot with some essence. But still, any spot where you can build a city is useful. So here I need to be careful with the Juggernaut. And Juggernaut is the special unit that my race can train. They're a very effective offensive unit. I'm not sure. I know I need to unlock them. It's probably somewhere in there. Yeah, here, Juggernaut. So it's quite a ways away still. Okay, nothing much up there. Here we have some iron. Iron here also. So quite a nice spot. Yeah, so here we're getting on the edge of the map. Okay, so our pioneers are in place. And yeah, we still have 2 spots. So let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so it's this. So I usually start with buildings that either lower the unrest or add to the production. So I'm going to, when you build a new building, you can actually select where to put it, and this will help push your borders in this direction. So since here I have a resource on this tile, I want to push my border this way to try and encompass it in my border, and so I'll be able to improve it. And here you can see the chains of building. So you can build a study and then you can upgrade it into a school, a college, and then a university. And so you have to place the first one, like the study, but then all the others in the chain will be upgrade of this building, so you won't have to place them. And here, yeah, I have an earth shard. Yeah, so I won't do this quest anytime soon, since it's a strong one. And yeah, some iron ore, which is quite important for me, since I want to be able to make armor. And my capital is still building a merchant. Oops. I don't want a grocer yet. Yeah, so the grocer is one of the good improvements that is specific to towns, because not only it increases your 4-pet grain, but not for your city, for your entire faction. So all your cities will benefit from having one town build a grocer. But right now, since I'm not close to the cap, I don't really need it immediately. And as you can see, the growth is just +1, even though I have 2 faction prestige, because it is divided between both of my cities. And we finished the restoration research, and so we're going to go for civics, which will give us more prestige, some more growth, and also give us the ability to rush productions, which means basically to buy one improvement every turn. So we have a might army here. Once again, it's composed of very weak units, but there are enough of them that it might be dangerous to lone sovereign. Let's just make sure. Okay, nothing there. So here it's reminding us that we have a resource that we can build upon. I'm not going to build it right now. I'm going to wait to have a bit more production, because this is one of the interesting choices you have in this game. Everything you want to build goes into a city queue. So either city improvement, training unit, but also building up upon resources and upgrading upon resources. It will end up in your city queue. So you always have a decision to make between whether you want to improve your city directly or improve resources or build units. And one thing I forgot to do, here this city had one essence, so I can cast an enchantment on it. So here is my spell book. I can filter with only city spells. And so I can improve the unit train in the city, which I don't need right now. I think I'm gonna build enchanted hammers, which adds one material to the city, so it will improve its production. Meditation adds 1 mana per essence to the city, and operation reduces unrest. So right now I'm going to improve the material of the city. And so now our city has 3 materials, 2 from the tile it was built upon, and 1 from the enchantment. And I'm kind of getting cornered by might here. Let's try to get away. Here I might risk from them, but we'll see. If your sovereign dies in battle, you won't lose the game, and he will respawn in your capital, but he will be stuck for 5 turns in it, and even after that he'll be wounded, so you will need to leave him there a couple more turns for him to heal. And you will also, I think, lose some mana and some money. If a champion dies, it's a little bit more serious, because he will also respawn in your closest city with 5 turns before he can be activated again. But he also will get a wound, which is a permanent penalty. And there are some potions that can cure some wounds, but it's only a random loot. So if you can avoid it, you don't want any wound on your champions. And yeah, they are attacking me. So I have an item that does 16 fire damage, and each unit of might have 12 HP and no fire resist, so I could use this. Have Wither and Berserk. Let's move off to move. So I'm going to do this. And they resisted still. With 1 spell resist. So they only took half damage. And you see here the effect of high initiative. Since I have 27 initiative and the mites only have 11, I can play twice in a row before they can play. So it's quite an advantage. So they move 2. I'm going to move 1. And I'm going to Berserk. So that's a 3 attack bonus, but every turn I'm going to lose 1 HP. So I have 19 HPs. I think it's worth it. So now I can do... I have 12 attack. Into 4 to 8 damage, so I might be able to kill them. So here, very often in some games you prefer to kill low HP units, but in this case, the units are composed of 3 individual mites, and when you lower their HP, you actually kill some of them. So here, this unit is very low HP, and it only has 1 mite, so it only does 3 damage. Whereas here, this unit with 3 mites does 3 times 3 damage. So it's better to go after the high HP units to try and reduce the number of individual units in the group. Okay, and I'm okay now. I still lose quite a bit of HP. And I leveled up. So, level 3. So that's level 2 death magic, which gives me a debuff and a range attack, which is pretty good. Level 2 earth magic. Finesse plus 3 attack against opponent with lower initiative, which might be good with my sovereign, so since I'm trying to have him stay at high initiative. Spell resistance strength. So I might take strength later on when I have some heavy armor, but right now, since I'm a trug, I already have a high weight capacity, so right now I think I'm going to take Death Disciple. We have a crystal crag here. Crystal is a resource that is used in the production of magical items. Some magical weapons, magical armor, and also some trinkets like rings and amulets. And some wild grain and another spot for a city. Yeah, so I didn't have many spots around my capital, but here it's a little bit further away. We have a couple of good spots. One thing to note, here you should be able to see it in this city. We have a 37% unrest because of a 15% penalty for not having a contiguous border with the capital. Basically means the border of the city are not connected with the border of the capital. So when we do link up our border there, the 15% penalty will go away. And we'll do that by placing some outposts that we need anyway to get this water shard and those horses. So he moved, he didn't. And our capital finished the merchant. So we're getting some more money. So I have quite a few buildings to build, like the workshop. But right now I'm going to, like I just said, build some pioneers. To start, oops. To start linking up the cities and getting resources. Actually, 11 turns is a little bit much. Yeah, I forgot it's only 2 material cities with no essence for a buff. So I'm actually going to build the workshop. And then maybe later on the bell that I'll have when Civic is done to reduce the unrest. Okay, some more loot. Plus 10% poison resistance. Good. And we have another crystal here. And some okay spots for a city. But it's a bit far away from my capital. And we still haven't met any of the other factions, but here this might be the border of somebody else. And we finished civics. So yes, I am going to a research training and laser walking to be able to produce a few low-level units to help my sovereign and my champion explore the map. Oh, that's nice. So this is a lost library. It's not a loot item. It's a knowledge loot. We get a 20 research bonus. And we just met Craxis. And so you see, laser walking that we just started will be finished next season. And so this is the capital of Craxis. It's a level 2. And it's a conclave. You can see here by the form here. So when it's a circle, it means it's just a level 1 village. When it is a star like this, it's a conclave. When it is a square like this, it is a town. And for fortress, it is in the form of a shield. And here I have some pioneers from Craxis. So here this number is the power rating. It only is about military power. So right now we are both very weak. And here you can trade with them. The tech trading in this game is a bit different from the. You don't directly trade specific research, but you just get, when you research by yourself some text in a tree, you get some bonus value from this tree, and then you can trade this value for a value of either the same tree or another, and this will give you some bonus research in the civilization tree or the warfare tree, but not toward a specific research that you choose. So it's a bit different than other games. And it's a very mathematical type of diplomatic trade, where everything you trade is going to have a value, a perceived value, and you need to have equal value on both sides to be able to do the trade. Or at least, obviously, the AI will accept a trade if it's in its favor. So, nope. And you can also have treaties. So basically, when you can offer tributes or demand it. But then with the research, you can unlock some other treaties, like here a non-aggression pact. Then you can have some trade treaty, research treaty, and then alliance treaty. Okay, and so we met our first opponent. And this is going to be all for this third episode. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestion or comment, please feel free to post below. And if you like this video, please click the like button and share it with your friends. To see my other videos, check my channel and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you later.